All right, welcome to the video on constructing perpendicular lines. We're going to combine some new information today with what you already know about constructing perpendiculars to create some new constructions. So in example 1, it says through point P, so through this point here on the line, construct a line that's going to be perpendicular to the given line. I'm going to start out by grabbing my compass. I'm going to go place the point of my compass at point P, and I'm going to go ahead and create or construct a circle with its center at point P and just any convenient radius length. So there's my circle. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to consider this line segment that connects points A and B. If you want it to be fancy, you might say that that line segment is the diameter of the circle. And as the center of the circle, point P is going to be the midpoint of line segment AB. So any bisector that I create for line segment AB has to pass through point P, and if I construct the perpendicular bisector, it will be perpendicular to line L at point P. And that's exactly what I'm shooting for. So to make things simple, I'm just now going to construct the perpendicular bisector of line segment AB. And in order to do that, I'm going to go put the point of my compass at point A. I'm going to stretch my compass out so that it's a little bit more than 1/2 the length of line segment AB. I'll use my compass to draw an arc up here above point P. And using the same compass setting, go draw a second arc down here beneath the line segment. Flip the compass around, put the point of the compass at point B. Draw a second set of arcs. And then lastly, go ahead and grab my straight edge and use my straight edge to connect the points of intersection of those two arcs. I'm going to label this guy with a right angle in order to indicate that he is indeed perpendicular to the given line. And that's all there is to it, folks. So again, if I think about this in the context of what we already know and what we've already done, hopefully that'll make this construction a lot simpler for you. I'm going to go ahead and grab my compass and move my compass down to the bottom of the page so that we can jump right into number 2. Number 2 says exactly the same idea. It says through point X, which is on this line, construct a line that's going to be perpendicular to line M. So again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my compass and I'm going to go put the point of my compass at point X. I'm going to draw any convenient radius length, and I'm going to start by drawing a circle. And again, I'm going to pause for a minute to think about what the endpoints of that circle represent. So the endpoints of that circle represent its diameter. The perpendicular bisector of that segment will have to pass through the midpoint, or the center of the circle, and at the same time be perpendicular to that line segment. So I'm now going to construct the perpendicular bisector. Let me switch colors up here a little bit. I need one arc going that way. Spin my compass around, put it at the other end point of my line segment. Draw my second arc. And then grab my straight edge to go ahead then and construct or connect the 2 points where the arcs intersect. I'll add my perpendicular symbol to indicate that those guys are indeed perpendicular. And call it done. All right, at this point I'm going to have you go ahead and pause the video, flip up to the top of the next page, and go ahead and try the 3 examples up at the top of the next, or on the next page. All right, so the next time that you come back to class, we'll take a couple minutes and check through those constructions. In the time being, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one, which is very similar to the one that we just did, except now the point that we're trying to construct through is not on our given line. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my compass. Just like I did in the first construction, I'm going to go ahead and put the compass at that point that I want to construct through. And I'm going to go ahead and draw one nice big arc that intersects my line in 2 different places. Now, my purpose for drawing or constructing this arc is to look at those 2 points of intersection right there. Because my second step in doing this construction is going to be to go ahead and place the point of my compass on one of those 2 points and draw a second pair of arcs. And I'm going to grab my red pen and do this in red pen so that I can be a little bit different from the green arcs. And then I'm going to go place the point of my compass at the second point of intersection, or at that second red endpoint. And this time I'm going to grab my straight edge, and I'm going to use my straight edge to connect my point P with the point of intersection of those 2 arcs. Mine doesn't look so perpendicular because I'm having a hard time getting the straight edge in there. And I'm going to mark it with a perpendicular to indicate the right angle. So again, just one nice big arc from point P. And then using those 2 points of intersection, a second pair of arcs using the same compass setting, grab your straight edge, and connect the dots. If you need to, remember you can always use your straight edge to extend a line. I got to go back up and drag down my compass. Let me grab my compass. And again, the first thing I do is put the point of my compass on my point. I'm going to draw one nice big arc that intersects my line in 2 different places. And then it's these 2 points of intersection that I'm going to focus on using for my next compass setting. And here's where I have to be careful to keep the compass setting the same for these next 2 arcs. So I'm going to go ahead and draw one using the left endpoint as a center. And again, I'm going to do a red pen just to differentiate between the arcs. Flip it around. Use that second red endpoint as a second center. Get that second arc in there. Go ahead and grab my straight edge and connect point X to the point of intersection of the 2 arcs. And again, I have a hard time because it won't only let me put my line and segment in certain places, but it should go to the point of the intersection of those 2 arcs. And again, I'll indicate that perpendicular with a perpendicular symbol. All right, I'm going to have you go ahead, flip up to the top of the next page, and there's 3 examples to practice on, which we will check the next time that you come back to class.